Hey, this is Okay, your friendly neighborhood fetish artist. I am coming to you again with Tales from the Crypt Keeper 8. We are inking tonight. I have great news. The Patreon I started is officially up and running. We're off to a really great start. My first goal was $75, just enough to buy a webcam and broadcast what's going on, like just kind of show my face, I guess, come out from behind the curtain. A little nervous about that. That'll be the first time I kind of, broadcast my body and face. So that'll be interesting. Uh, Leave a thumbs up if you want to see that, or leave a comment if you want to see a webcam, or if you just prefer seeing what's on the screen, what I'm drawing. Then let me know that too. I don't know. It's kind of nerve wracking for me, but this Patreon, if you don't know, if you haven't heard yet, is all about trying to kind of make a merger between me doing comics and me doing commissions. This is kind of a nice blend of commission and comic, where I'm going to be putting out questions and discussion and when I say questions, I mean I'm asking for people to fill in little roles or things like that in the comics that I've got, that I haven't really decided on yet. Like, for instance, let me pull up this Discord, because we do. Let's see, we do. Uh, I do have these characters that, sometimes they're extras, sometimes they're a bit more important than just extras. But in this panel right here, these are two characters that are going to be in a few panels, and just like, there's no real reason. I don't have them planned out yet, so I'm asking people if they want to throw out hairstyles or outfits, that kind of thing, just kind of to help design characters. And this Patreon really is for working with me in the comics and kind of being a part of that comic creating process and development. You're working on settings and places and um maybe some dialogue questions. There's all kinds of polls I'm going to be doing. Um, let's see, what else? Characters from, simple things like hairstyles to developing a whole character. Right now, this month, we're working on Tales from Crypt Keeper 8, and every month it'll kind of change into a new comic. So if you are not interested in the comic, you don't need to pledge that month. You can just wait till next month and jump in. Or you can also just be a fly on the wall. There's three options. There's a $2 tier, which is the fly on the wall tier. There's a $10, which is gives you access to do character design with me. And then there's the third option, which is a $20 tier, and that is for a writer's panel. If you're interested in kind of knowing what the stories are going to be about, knowing what the script is, what's going on with the script, and you'd like to offer your take on things and like to hear all the possible endings and cast your vote on which ending I should go with, that kind of thing. Or maybe you have some ideas that are really good and you can just share those. I kind of got this idea from watching Star Wars, what Disney has done with Star Wars. I haven't been all that happy with, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I have lots of Star Wars collectibles, and it's just been a really big part of my life for a long time. So when someone else kind of takes control of it and doesn't really do the kind of things I want them to do with it, I wish I had a voice that could be heard by the creators. And so I'm thinking that this is what my Patreon is going to be. I'm going to make sure that you guys have a voice if you want a voice, and you guys have the ability to, you know, what is it, like, make big decisions about the comic with me. And I can't just kind of throw that out to anyone on DeviantArt, because it just would get way out of hand way too quickly. I can just imagine all the requests, and just it would just go crazy. I get lots of just requests for like free stuff, and I don't even usually honor like commission requests, that kind of thing. So it's just, this is a way to listen to those people who are most invested in these comics, and just provide a more enriching experience with these comics. It's not meant to be like a cash grab or anything like that. It's just meant to be a better, more fun experience building these comics. It's meant to develop the process of creating the comics. And like I said once before, the more energy and effort we put into creating the comic, hopefully the better the end result will be. Hopefully the comics will get better as we kind of all share in making decisions, and put more time and effort into the creation process. So that's what all this Patreon stuff is about. And yeah, it's doing great, and I haven't even really announced it yet, so that's a very nice feeling. So I do have limited amounts of patrons. I'm only going to allow, I think, 20 people in each tier of the $10 and $20, because I don't want there to be too many people throwing their suggestions out, or else whenever there's too many people, no one's going to be really heard. So I've got to keep it kind of small and limited. So if you really want to join the Patreon, I suggest you do it quickly, because I really don't know the kind of popularity that there's going to be. I might need to rework some of the tiers next month. I don't know, but we'll just see how it goes first. I wanted to start really small and simple, and see how things went. All right, so right here now I'm working on this panel down here, and I think I'm actually going to change this. I think I'm going to add something. I'm going to add a new layer, but so she's got this skirt on it, and originally I had the skirt right here, but I'm thinking I could make it to where it's like on the lower part right here, and this diaper's like bulging out and getting bigger and pushing the skirt down, kind of thing. I think that would be kind of cool, and that way it will match up to the rest of the parts where the skirt is down below it, and she can't get the skirt back up. So that's what I'm thinking about doing here. I'll probably just need to do a pencil version first. And I wanted to say quickly that on my DeviantArt page, it's October, so I did my Netflix and Kill 2018 journal entry, which is Netflix and Amazon Prime Video, the two streaming sites that are most popular, I think. All the videos that are on those, and Netflix is by far the better option. And they've even come out with some new movies in the past couple of days that I haven't been able to add on there. But I want to say I started watching The Haunting of Hill House, and I really enjoyed that. And I'd like to do kind of like a series of videos where I just live stream and talk about different scary movies that I've been watching. And there'll be movies that are on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you can follow along too and have some discussion in the comments with me, or maybe we'll do it in Patreon too. So yeah, I saw The Haunting of Hill House, and I enjoyed that. I watched the entire season already, binge watching that while I drew, And yeah, it's a good series. I don't really like how it wrapped up, all nice and packaged, and everything's explained, and that kind of took away a little of the mystery for me. And I would have preferred a little bit more of like a more interpretive type of ending where not everything's well explained by the end. But overall, this was an amazing show and very good horror movie. Not horror movie, very good horror TV show. It's not really horror though. It's more, yeah, I guess it's a little bit of horror, but it's just kind of like scary, more like The Conjuring. Um, and so in a lot of parts remind me of The Shining, and it's kind of like The Shining over a 10 episode course. So if you can kind of picture the movie The Shining and imagine it lasting a long time and never getting bad, it's like it stayed entertaining and gripping the entire 10 season run or 10 episode run. So yeah, definitely recommend taking a few nights to watch The Haunting of Hill House. The first episode or two, I thought it was a little corny or something, but then I just kept hanging on because it's worth it. As you're not gonna want to turn it off. It's good enough. But yeah, it gets better as time goes on. And let's see what other. I watched another Apostle. That's the other one that just came out. We watched that one, and I don't know what to say about that movie. It was good. It was a little gory. It was a little bit more of a slasher movie than I like, because I mean you see some pretty graphic stuff, like the boy getting his head drilled. So yeah, be ready for some pretty graphic content if you watch Apostle. But yeah, as if you're looking for a new movie, definitely check it out because it's worth it. It's worth a watch. I'm not sure it's gonna be like a classic horror movie, but it's a good scare of a movie for Halloween. All right, let's see. Have we got that curve going? So you see here the diaper's like puffing up and getting big. It's getting huge. Yeah. All right. So I think that's all we'll do tonight. This video is mainly to talk about the Patreon now established. You can also get in some polls on the DeviantArt page for favorite female superhero, and be on the lookout for a contest, for a costume contest, because as Halloween approaches, I'm gonna announce a costume contest where if you post your costume to DeviantArt and share it and that kind of thing. I'm not sure really how I'm going to do this contest yet, but I do want to do it. I think it would be really fun to get the community all involved and just have fun together. So be on the lookout for that. I'll have some rewards. I don't know what they're going to be yet, but yeah, it'll be fun. I hope you guys are having a good October. I hope you're enjoying some scary movies. This is Okay. And you can find me on Patreon, DeviantArt, and Twitter, and now YouTube. So I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and keep on drawing.